welcome. We are back. We are so back. This summer has been really rough for me mentally. I haven't really been able to get up and moving and doing all the things that I want to do, so I haven't filmed a bucket list video in quite a while, but we are back. It is August 9th today, so we are a little bit into the month already, but there are so many fun things to do. Here's a quick little look. The August bucket list, so many fun things. It's really just like wrapping up the summer. That's this bucket list, which means we are getting into fall stuff, which is my absolute favorite, so I'm so excited for that. But we are going to be making the most of the last month of summer, because as soon as September 1st hits, I am considering it fall, because I need fall to be here right now. So we're gonna celebrate summer first. I have already done 2 of these things. I've learned how to pick the sweetest watermelon, and the tips I learned really did work. You pick a round watermelon, the roundest watermelon with the darkest yellow spots on it. Follow those 2 steps and you should have a sweet watermelon. It worked for us. And I also had an end of summer barbecue with some friends. We did that on Wednesday. So there are 2 stickers already on here, but now we're getting into some stuff that I feel comfortable filming. We had a lot of fun at our barbecue. It was just the 4 of us. Just us and another couple. We had some burgers, we chatted, we played. I don't know what it's called, but you have a small like ping pong ball size white ball and you throw it randomly, and then you have these 2 bigger colored balls that you're trying to get as close to the little white ball as possible. If you know what that sport is called, that game, let me know, let the rest of us know. I don't remember what it's called, but it was super fun and I was actually pretty good at it, so slay. But today we're going to be doing possibly what I'm most excited for in this entire month. We're going to read a favorite childhood book. I'm so excited for this. I just finished a book and I did not love that book, so I'm excited for like a little palate cleanser. This book I'm choosing is 150 pages. It is so short, and it is from my favorite series, the Whatever After series. This series follows 2 kids, a brother and sister. They go down into their new basement in their house, and there's this huge mirror like bolted into the wall, and they learn that they can travel through the mirror to get to different fairy tales, and they actually can be in the fairy tales, and their goal is to get out of the fairy tales before it's too late, but their goal is also to fix what they had broken in the fairy tale, because they always land in the fairy tale and try not to ruin anything, but they end up changing the story and they have to fix the story before they can go home. So it's reimagined fairy tales, which is my favorite. Today I've decided I'm going to be reading Seeing Red. I think this is number 12. Yeah, it's number 12 in the Whatever After series. Little Red Riding Hood story, and we'll see what kind of mischief they get into. I actually don't remember this one. There are a few of them that I remember vividly, and I remember everything that happens, but it's so fun. I loved these series as a kid, and I did not read books as a kid. This was the only series other than the fairies series. I don't even know what that's called, but there were so many fairies. I read those and I read this, and that was all I would read as a kid. So that's high praise. I'm super excited to jump into this one. Like I was saying, there are some of them that I remember a lot of the actual story. This one I don't really remember. I remember that their grandma went with them in this one. Okay, I feel like it's starting to come back to me. I'm so excited. This is gonna be so much fun. I've been reading for about an hour and a half, and I am halfway through this story. One thing that I thought was really funny, when I got my dog, I really wanted to name him Prince. I thought it was so cute. He was just this tiny little black and brown Yorkie. He was the cutest, and I wanted to name him Prince. Then my dad ended up convincing me to name him Zeus, and now he's Zeus. But I totally forgot that their little dog, their little brown and black dog, is named Prince, because they found him in one of the fairy tales. Like, come on, that can't be a coincidence. I must have unconsciously remembered that. So I thought that was really cool, first of all. And I remember so little about this book, because I remembered that their grandma was in town and somehow went into the stories with them. And then they pop into the story, grandma's nowhere to be seen. So I'm like, oh, maybe I didn't remember this very much. Grandma did make it there. She is now in the story. Apparently she had her own magic closet that took her into fairy tales. Forgot about that. I'm just spoiling this entire book, by the way. Anyway, I'm flying through it. I'm having a great time. I'm not very invested in their story. I'm not stressed. I'm not feeling much of anything except for like pure nostalgia. I just finished my book. It only took me like 2 hours to read. It was wonderful. It was just fun and nostalgic, and the story honestly wasn't even that great. The writing wasn't great, but it's a children's book, so I wasn't expecting anything crazy. The way it's written kind of gives me Junie B. Jones vibes, which makes sense because I was a big Junie B. Jones fan as well. That was one of the other books that I would read. That's it for today. That is all. Should we put the sticker on the calendar together? The sticker is going straight on to the 9th. Boom. I wanted to give you guys an update because I checked my calendar to see what we will be doing tomorrow. It said go to a park, which is all great and fine and dandy, except I wanted to elevate it a little bit. So instead of going to a park tomorrow, we're gonna go watch the sunrise up on the mountain. And I'm really excited, but I'm also nervous because I need sleep to function. So I already packed everything that I think I might possibly need, put it by the door, including socks and shoes. Everything's at the door, ready for me to just wake up and walk outside. That's the goal for tomorrow. Doesn't happen tomorrow, it will happen this week. Good morning, we made it. I have been raffling with if this was a good choice or not all morning. Woke up this morning, I'm like, this is a terrible choice. Stepped outside, and it was pretty chilly, and I got to wear my sweatshirt. I'm like, this is a great choice. And then we got up here, terrible choice, and Romeo remembered that the sun's gonna rise behind us. So my vision of seeing the sunrise is not. But it's been nice to be up here. It's really pretty. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. I did it. Everyone be proud of me. Good morning. I'm looking a little crazy right now. That is because every morning I take Romeo to work. That's not what I meant to say. I walk with Romeo halfway to his work to get some exercise in before the day gets too hot. Feels so good today. Anyway, I'm recording right now, not planned at all, because I found a piece of chalk just in the grass. And I didn't think I'd be able to do the bucket list item that said draw a flower with chalk outside. Now I have chalk, and I was gonna do it just where I found the chalk and then leave the chalk there, but there was a person. So I picked up this chalk and I started walking, but I'm walking away from my house, which is not a great idea because I get easily anxious because there are just so many people. So I'm walking away from my house so that I have to pass over the spot again, and I can leave the chalk where I found it, you know, just in case it was some little kid's piece of chalk that they left outside for safekeeping. I found a quiet little spot. I don't think anyone's gonna be out here. So let's draw a quick little flower. Oh, there's a car. I'm just gonna ignore it. Be kind with the little flower. I'm gonna walk back to where I found the chalk and put it back. Woohoo! Unexpected bucket list crossed off. Thank you to whoever left your chalk outside your building. I appreciate it. I just got home, well, a little bit ago. I was just about to make bagels. I thought we could put this on together because I did that. My flower actually looked very similar to these flowers. So today is the 11th of August. Boom! Look how many things we've accomplished. My goals for this week are to go to a museum. BYU has a bunch of free museums, so I want to go to one of those. I want to make a paper airplane, go to a snow cone stand. Lots of walking, so much walking, and I don't know if I'll actually be able to do it, but I'm thinking maybe on Wednesday, depending on how far it is, I might be able to walk with Romeo to work because he only works 4 hours on Wednesday, so I can walk with him all the way to work, and while he's at work I can be exploring the museum, and then when he gets off of work, we can go get snow cones together. Maybe. I don't know, because I know Wednesday is also supposed to be really hot, and I don't do well with heat. But also, the hottest part of the day is like 3 o'clock. By noon, when we would be walking home-ish, it wouldn't be that bad. I don't know. We'll see. I feel like there was something else I wanted to do. Oh, I wanted to go on a hike. It says go on a waterfall hike. I don't think that's going to be a possibility. But go on some sort of hike. Or like a long walk. There's this park up here, like up the hill. That's basically a hike. It's just on pavement. But it is so steep. So even just like going to that park, that would be a hike. I would count that. What else? Oh, the last thing is have a water balloon fight, which I don't think I'm gonna do. But maybe if my sister comes down, we can do something fun like that. Those are what I have scheduled for this week. Hopefully I can get some of them done. I'm proud of myself for already getting one done, even though that's one that I didn't even put on my calendar. I was like, we're not gonna be able to do this. I don't have chalk and I don't plan on buying chalk. I found some chalk. Big week in terms of bucket list things that I want to accomplish. And don't hate me if I don't do any of those things this week. I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna try really hard. Good morning. Sorry, I look a little crazy night right now. I am in the middle of getting ready for the day because we have a very fun day. My sister is gonna come visit today, and our goals for today is to have a water balloon fight and then go get snow cones. Okay, I need y'all to look at this comb. Clean, all right? And then I'm just gonna comb my hair while I talk to you, and then I'll show you what it looks like after I comb my hair, because it's insane. I don't understand. Now look at my comb. Look at the dust in there. Why do I just have a bunch of dust in my hair? It literally doesn't make any sense. Anyway, very excited. I'm going to try to film as much as possible, but I don't know if I'll feel comfortable filming in front of someone who isn't Romeo, and I don't know if she'll be comfortable with me filming. So I don't know how much of today I'm going to actually be able to bring you guys along for the ride. But I'm going to do my best. Just finished our water balloon fight. I'd say it was pretty successful.
Yes.
We're both soaked.
Oh, I need to change.
And now we're on our way to snow cones. Yay! I'm going to a museum. Doesn't sound like much, does it? But it is going to be a huge step, especially in my agoraphobia, which keeps me home most of the time. So the plan for today, I'm going to walk with Romeo all the way to his work, which is on campus. It's like the it's middle campus. And the last time I walked to that building specifically is the last time I went to campus, period. After I drop him off at his work, I'm going to go to the library and I'm going to sit and read for a couple hours, because the Bean Museum, which is the one I'm going to, the one that is full of dead animals, not super excited about that, but all the other museums are like way further away, so it's just gonna have to work. But that museum doesn't open till 10, so I have about 2 hours on campus to just read, edit, I don't know, do something. And then I will go to the Bean Museum, walk around. I have about 45 minutes to walk around before Romeo's gonna come grab me from the museum, and we are going to walk to the Marriott Center, I believe is the one we're going to, and we're gonna listen to Elder Gong talk. Again, huge things I'm doing today. I'm going to 3 different places if you count the library, where there's gonna be a ton of people, 2 of which I'm going to be alone. This is just huge. So after Elder Gong, I'm gonna walk home. Romeo might walk with me home. I don't think we've settled that on that. I don't know if that's like actually happening. Those are the plans. Those are the goals. It's crazy. I don't know how well I'm gonna handle it, but we're gonna try. A little update on my bucket list. My sister, you saw that we had a fun water balloon fight. It was so much fun being a kid again with her. Even filling up the balloons was a lot of fun. And then we did some tossing games. We did a duel. It was just so much fun. And then after that we went and we got snow cones. So on that day with her, I marked off 2 of my bucket list items, both snow cones and water balloon fight. And then the next day I made a paper airplane. It wasn't much. It was just while I was waiting for therapy to start, I'm like, I'll make a paper airplane. I think I still have it. Yeah, Here's my favorite airplane. So I did that as well, and then I haven't really done anything since. But anyway, I will record as much as I can, give updates whenever I can. We're just gonna have a fun day. Let's get going. I just sat down in a little corner of the library that no one else is in, so score. Now I'm just gonna read my book for a couple hours until the Bean Museum opens, and then I have to walk there all by myself, which is super scary, but I can do it. I'm strong. I'm a strong, independent woman, and I can walk there by myself, hopefully. We're in the bathroom now because I had to pee. First of all, I forgot that these are the squeakiest shoes on planet Earth, and it's really awkward walking around the library with them. Like, how awkward is that? Also, it took me forever to find the bathrooms because all of them were marked as handicap bathrooms, and I'm like, I don't want to take up a handicap spot. They're not handicap. Well, there's a handicap stall within the bathrooms, but they're just bathrooms. I had to go down a floor to find bathrooms because I was confused. And there is an exhibit within the library. It looks like it's here for like a short amount of time, but there's a whole exhibit within the library. Can I go to that, count it as going to a museum, and then go home? Because first of all, I don't really want to see a bunch of dead animals, and that's what the Bean Museum is. Second of all, I am probably the most scared about walking home, which is completely uphill in hot weather. And if I do this little exhibit over here and then start walking home, it'll only be in like the low 70s when I'm walking home, and that would be so much better than whatever it'll be at noon. But then I'm gonna miss Elder Gong, although I'm really anxious about going into that auditorium with a whole bunch of people. Like, yeah, it'd be cool to see him speak, but at the same time, like, I'm really scared to go. So I'm gonna walk through that exhibit because I think it's gonna be really cool, but I don't know if I'm gonna go home after that or not. This is the exhibit that I want to go in. See, it's like a short period of time. It's a whole gallery thing, so I'm gonna walk through and I might count it as going to a museum, but we'll see. As you can see, I'm on my way home. Went to the little art museum, art gallery that they had in the library, and then I walked around the library because there was a few other little displays that I checked out as well. The art gallery, I struggle with art museums because, especially the more like abstract pieces, I don't have the brain to see the meaning behind it, so I struggle in that sense. But it was really cool. There were 3 different artists who all in their own medium created works on family relationships. I'm sorry, it is so loud. I should have brought my little microphone, but I didn't. I really enjoyed walking through and seeing all the different pieces of art. I just didn't really understand them very well. And then I went to, oh shoot, I don't remember what that section of the library is called, but I went over there and there was this really big King James Bible, and I read the little plaque, and it's a replica of a Bible that was made by one of the Queens of England, and it's giant and it's beautiful to look at, and apparently they flip the page every day, so if you like go in every single day, I'm assuming starting from the first of the year, like you can read the entire Bible from that huge beautiful Bible. So I think that's so cool. And then there was also a little exhibit, oh, there's someone coming towards me. There was also a little exhibit about Lloyd Alexander. He was a writer of children's books, I'm pretty sure, and apparently he donated his entire collection to BYU after he died. And so they had like this huge thing. They even had like a replica of his little office space that he called his box. So I thought that was really cool. I think that's all I saw. And then I decided I was gonna go, and it probably is a good idea because it is so hot and it's only 8:30 in the morning. So I'm really proud of myself for making it here. I'm kind of glad I don't have to go see a bunch of stuffed dead animals. So really, this was a win-win. I'm home and I did it. And I'm so proud of myself. I'm so glad that I left early. No, if I would have done that at noon, I would feel even worse right now because I feel pretty awful. Here's my little sticker. I'm just switching one word instead of going to an art museum. I went to an art exhibit on Tuesday the 19th. Boom. Did I do everything that I set out today to do? No, I didn't even do half of what I wanted to do today, but I still did something huge. Hello, welcome to my bathroom. I am going to put on a temporary tattoo because that is our bucket list item for today. I've got this one. It says choose to be happy, and then this little chick with a butterfly. And I think it's really cute, and I'm gonna put it on my arm right here. I am in the middle of making bagels right now, which is why I look like this, so just don't mind that. Choose to be happy. These temporary tattoos are really old, so they're like super faded, which is nice because then I don't have to really like commit to anything. Oh, this is difficult to do this with one hand. Well, that's not really the wet part of the towel, but okay, hold on. Here we go. All right, got it. Might as well tell you about my day while I am holding this to my arm. I'm making bagels, and while I made bagels, I was watching Twister because I saw that in theaters when it first came out. It was so good. Love Glenn Powell. And then, oh my gosh, oh, what's his name? I don't remember what his name was, but the entire time I'm sitting here watching the movie, I'm looking at the main girl's best friend, and I'm like, where do I know him from? I know him from something, but I cannot figure it out. And I even, because I was watching on Prime Video, and so I opened the little like about this actor thing, and I looked and I'm like, I don't recognize any of these movies that he's in, but I know him from something. And so I just checked it off. I was like, I know him from this movie. I watched this movie like, I don't know, a year ago at this point. It's probably what I remember him from. And then towards the end of the movie, I look at him and he has his hair pulled back in like a bun or a ponytail or something, and I'm like, oh, he's in Hamilton. That's how I know him. He's one of the characters in Hamilton. I think he's the son, Alexander's son. Anyway, so I did that this morning. The bagels are in the oven. I have like 15 minutes till I take them out. And then my sister is coming over at 3 o'clock because we have our family book club, and my mom and my sister are on the East Coast. They both live in North Carolina, and then my other sister and I live here in Utah. So she's gonna come over. We're gonna have treats that kind of go with the book that we read this month, and then we'll FaceTime the other two and we'll have a little book club. And then my neighborhood started a book club too, and the first meeting of that is tonight, so I've got to make some sort of dip tonight to go to that. I'm gonna make like a sweet dip and have vanilla wafers and do that, and that should be good. I was gonna do apples because I'm doing apples for tonight's book club, because the book was Once Upon a Broken Heart, so I'm like, obviously we've got to do apples because that's all Jax eats. And then my sister's bringing some sort of potion, so we'll have that as well. I don't know. So I was like, I'll just bring some dip and some apples to the other book club I have tonight, and then we'll just have an apple-filled day. But the person hosting the book club is doing apples, so I'm like, I gotta think of something else. So I'm doing a funfetti dip, except I'm not putting sprinkles in it, and then vanilla wafers, and that's just gonna have to do. So I have the butter getting warm so that I can do that, and this is probably done. So let's see. Oh, I shifted. Okay, well, oh gosh, it is so crooked. Choose to be happy. You can't really tell what's happening over here. Oh my gosh, it's so crooked. I think I want to try again. I think I want to scrub this off and try again. I got that one off. Came off actually really easily. I just like re-wet the area and I could like peel it off like a sticker. I picked this one. It just says sweet, and I think this will be really cute. I just don't know where to put it. Maybe like up here on the arm so it's kind of hidden. Right there. Okay. I think that'll be fine. I've been making bagels all day, and one of the instructions is I have to knead the dough for 10 minutes, and so my arms always hurt after, and now this arm is like already sore from kneading the dough, and now it's gotta hold on to this arm for a while, so it's burning a little bit. Does that show how weak I am? Okay, that's kind of cute. I think I like it. Like I said, these are really old, so it doesn't look like much. It's very faded. It looks a lot better in person than it does in camera, but I think it's pretty sweet if you ask me. Alright, I've got my tattoo, so we can find the sticker right there. Woo-hoo. I love looking at the stickers that are coming up because they're all orange. And I am craving fall right now, so yay. Okay, that was it for this week. I don't have anything else planned, so we're gonna finish up our bucket list calendar for the month of August next week, and then I will have to be on a grind editing this video so that I can get it up in time. I'll let you know how long this stays on because it's already like super faded, so I'll let you know how long it stayed on for. Hello again. Yes, we are back in my bathroom. This is probably going to be the last bucket list that we're gonna do. It is the 26th, I believe. And this is the last one that really feels possible for me to do. And it is do a face mask. Technically, I'm supposed to make my own face mask, but I don't know how to do that, and I don't really have the energy to look it up. So we're gonna do my Dead Sea mud mask infused with tea tree oil from the New York Biology. I've used about half the bottle, but that's what that looks like. Excuse how I look. I feel like I say that in every single clip. I was just going around and introducing myself to a bunch of new people who've moved in, and I wore this, actually, speaking of this sweatshirt, I should change out of this because if I'm gonna pull it up over my mask, I should wear something with a bigger neck. So pause. I'm back. Forgot I put these little clips in my hair, totally ripped them out of my head. Anyway, so I was wearing that sweatshirt because it's the first day, like after the summer, that it would be, the high was in the 70s. So I wanted to dress really cozy because I am so excited for fall to start. But I did not anticipate that every single person we were going to meet today would live on the second floor. So I just walk up a bunch of stairs, and 70 really isn't that cold. Would have loved it if it was like the high was in the 60s. I'm still waiting for that day. It rained a little bit today. That was really nice. It's supposed to rain again tomorrow and still be in the 70s until Saturday. So very excited for that. But I am pretty moist after that hike I just did to meet all these new people. Everyone in our little apartment complex is so nice. I'm really excited to meet our next door neighbors. They just moved in, but when we first like kind of met them, they weren't like completely moved in yet. Like I think they were still living with parents, or I don't really know, but they weren't completely moved in. So I'm like, okay, I will have cookie supplies stocked up so that when they actually are moved in, we can go deliver some cookies and really like meet them. So we've been looking for them at church because everyone in these apartment complexes go to the same church. So we've been looking for them there. They haven't showed up. And then today I got home from dropping stuff off, and then I went to take Zeus out, and who's opening their door as well? Our next door neighbors. So I'm like, okay, are you moved in? I don't know, but I did just use the cookie ingredients that I was saving because we had some people over this week. So I made them cookies yesterday even. And I should have saved some. I even thought, I'm like, let's freeze half of the dough and save it because I'm sure they're gonna move in soon because the semester starts next week. Now I think they're like actually moved in. Do you like my hairstyle I did today? I think it's really cute. Like obviously ignore those. But I did this little like trick. You have two different hair elastics and then you like tie them together so that it like gives you more lift in your half up. See, it's just like tied in the middle. I think it worked out really well. So thank you to whoever's TikTok I saw. Let's grab my sticker sheet. I think I might go on like a long walk tomorrow. I think that could be pretty fun, but if I don't, this might be the last time you see me in this video. Actually, I'm sure I'll do my outro when I don't look like this. We got our sticker, and we're gonna place it on the 26th. Look how full this month is. That's crazy. 12 out of 16. That's pretty dang good, especially if I do one more like tomorrow. That's amazing. I'm so proud of this. I feel like this month was super good for the bucket list because the last couple months have not been very good. But now that I'm getting ready for fall, like I feel so much better. Like I want to start living again because fall, and I am so excited to start September next week. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be the first. I haven't looked at them. I have no clue what the bucket list items are, but I assume it'll be like getting into fall stuff. I'm so excited. All the baking. My shampoo and conditioner, because I just ran out of my coconut one, which is what I've been using for years. But Native, that's the brand I use, they just came out with a pumpkin scent, and it's like limited edition, so I had to get that, obviously. So this is gonna be my first shower with that too. Vanilla, cream, and pumpkin. I'm so excited. This being my last bucket list task of August, and the weather's good, and it's been raining, and I'm using my pumpkin shampoo. Should I consider this the first day of fall? I know I'm still like 30 days away from the actual like first day of fall, but you guys, I am so excited for fall to start. I also watched my last summer movie that was on my list to watch this summer. This is literally the last day of summer. We are transitioning into fall right now. I will see you guys tomorrow, either for the last bucket list item or to say goodbye. I've decided to go on the little walk hike I was telling you guys about. It's the next day, and it's raining, and it's beautiful, and it's like 60 something degrees. My plan today was to get up, do a little dance workout on YouTube, and then do some yoga. I might as well throw in going on like a hike, if you can call it that. It is scary. It is super steep, and it takes me out every single time, but I think I can do it because it's steep going up, but then going downhill isn't too bad. I am also worried though because I hurt my knee yesterday, and then I went to everyone's houses and I introduced myself, so I was climbing upstairs on a hurt knee, and now this morning my knee is killing me. Like I can't even like step on it really. I can't hold all of my weight on it or else it like buckles and I dropped to the floor. That has happened this morning. But you know what? It's gonna be fine because I have dealt with terrible knees my whole life. Plan is to go up this super steep hill, and then there's this little park with a walking trail, so I'm gonna walk around the walking trail and then come back down. I've done this walk twice with a friend, but I've never done it for myself, so that's a little scary. I just finished my last bagel that I made yesterday, which sucks because I would love a quick, fast, easy breakfast for today before I get started, but we're not gonna eat beforehand. This is a really terrible angle, but I'm still deciding whether I should be fair to summer and like continue to do summery things until September, because I'm already cutting it a few weeks short because I'm just so excited for fall. Or if I should take in this amazing fall weather where the high is in the 70s and it's raining and it just feels very fall outside. Soak in all of that because I'm sure that it's going to get back up into the 80s next week and stay there until like October. So should I make the most of the weather we have and listen to my autumn playlist while I go on this little walk? Or should I be true to summer, listen to my summer playlist, get all hyped up? Because that is very much the vibes. Summer hype or autumn calm, which might be better for this situation because I'm a little nervous to go out all on my own and do this. So maybe some calming music would be good for me, but I feel bad stealing this day from summer. Okay, I gotta get going or else I'm not gonna do it. It feels so good outside. It feels so comfortable out here, which is so nice after a very long, hot summer to step outside and feel comfortable. We're about to start climbing up the hill. It's already been uphill, just not this much uphill, this steep. Here it is. Doesn't look like much, but I promise you it is so difficult to walk up. And maybe that's just because I'm out of shape. I'm not excited for this part of the walk. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys go so that I can listen to my fall music. That's what I decided on. And get up this hill. For the first and maybe only time in my life, I live within walking distance to the temple, and it's under construction. They ripped the old one completely to the ground and started construction on a whole new temple, like right before we moved in. So sad. I got up the hill. I'm not feeling good. In hindsight, I probably should have eaten something for breakfast, but I forgot that the park I'm going to is all hills. So the walking trail is going to be a hike in and of itself. I always forget how gorgeous Utah is. Like, I live in Utah. I have lived in Utah most of my life, so I forget that like this is not everyone's backyard, but how beautiful. And there's mountains on every side. That's the temple. That's how far up I had to walk. But there's gorgeous mountains everywhere the eye can see. We are home. Knee is killing me. I did get anxious a few times while I was out, but whenever I did, I just kept reminding myself of the things around me, how cool the air felt on my skin, how the earth smelled because it rained this morning. Like, the earth is so beautiful, and it really helped me do this, take this step into conquering my fear. I'm so proud of myself. This month has been a big month for my agoraphobia. Go on a waterfall hike. I went on my own kind of personal hike, and there was water. It had just rained. As we did on the 27th. We did so much this month. Thank you so much for watching this video. I had such a great month, such a great end of the summer. What a perfect way to end the summer. I know I was talking yesterday how it just felt like the beginning of fall, but today, going on that walk, it really was like bringing in the autumn season with the music, with the rain, with the cold weather. It was so nice. So I'm very excited for next month and all the autumnal things we get to do then. So stick around to see that video. I'm sure there will be a video in September. I mean, come on. It's the beginning of fall. I'm feeling alive. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I will see y'all next time. I can't have you on me right now. I feel so overstimulated. Please get off my wrist. I did it. I'm gonna cry. I realized I never gave an update on the temporary tattoos, and I am currently editing this video right now. Update. There's still a little remnant of it. You can still kind of see the sweet. It's been like a week, I think. So, there you have it.